Hello Ride On people, today we're going to talk about the Indian Scout Bobber. Indian have just brought out a new version of their Scout called the Bobber. It competes with current trend bobbers from other manufacturers like the Harley Davidson 48 and the Triumph Bonneville Bobber for instance, and I thought it'd be good to do a quick video just to show what I feel are the main pros and cons between those bikes, and also get some feedback from you guys, see what you think. So let's begin with what is a bobber. A bobber is a kind of stripped down, bare bones, no nonsense motorcycle, made very popular after World War II when soldiers would come home and feeling a bit bored, they start ripping bits and pieces off their bikes, mainly so that they go faster and they get a buzz and have some kind of fun adventure from the speed and the like. You know, anything that wasn't required, like a front brake. You need brakes when you just want to go faster, right? They just rip off, throw away. And same with the fenders, you know, strip it right down, bare bones, so kind of exposed fenders, no pillion seats, no front brake, and just a very clean looking motorcycle you end up with. And it was made famous in films such as The Wild One, where Johnny, Marlon Brando rode a kind of bobber style bike, and most people think that's actually a Harley, but in actual fact it was a Triumph that he rode in that movie. And anyway, let's review the three contenders, and I'll give you my pros and cons, and you tell me what you think. So let's start with the Harley Davidson Sportster 48. In the States it comes in at $11,299, has around 60 horsepower and around 68 torques, has a very small 2.1 gallon tank, comes in about 538 pounds or about 244 kilo dry. Now the main pro of the Harley really is the way it looks. Obviously the brand is pretty cool, dealers aren't bad, sounds obviously good, and plenty of accessories. I think it's a pretty quality product, and the paint options are also good. In terms of cons, they want another $795 for ABS, and it's the most requires the most in terms of cleaning. Plenty to polish there. Comfort's probably the worst of the three. You've still got a single front disc, which isn't too powerful. It's an older air-cooled motor, although it is reliable. Ground clearance could be better. It does need it does have that tiny tank though. At 2.1 gallons, you're not going to get very far before you're refilling it. Let's move on to the Triumph. In terms of its price, it is priced at $11,900 in the States. It's 77 horsepower and 78 torques. Its fuel tank isn't much bigger at 2.4 gallons. It is the lightest of the bunch at 502 pounds or 228 kilo dry. And in terms of pros, it obviously looks great. The dealers are pretty good. It's a cool brand also. It's got those spoked wheels which look a bit better than the mags. It's got a standard floating seat, nice detail touches. It's the lightest. It sounds very meaty for that Bonneville twin. There's plenty of accessories for it. It's a quality product, and ABS is standard on all colours, I believe. In terms of the cons, you're really looking at solo riding only. It's only been designed to that subframe to take a rider. Legroom is a little bit cramped for taller riders like me at 6'2", and the front brake could definitely be stronger, a single disc again. Ground clearance could also be improved a little bit. That's a con of having the foot pegs directly underneath you rather than a bit more pushed out like the Harley and the Indian. And the small tank size we mentioned, 2.4 gallons. Plus it's tube tyres, so if you're out in the sticks and you get a puncture, not so easy to fix compared with the straightforward plugs for the Indian and the Harley with their mag wheels. Moving on to the Indian Scout Bobber, this is going to retail at $11,999 for the non-ABS version, and the ABS version, which I think is just going to come in the Thunder Black Smoke for the first year by the look of it, which is a nice flat matte black colour. That's going to retail at $12,499. The main pros really for the Indian are, again, it looks cool. It's definitely a cool brand. Dealers seem top notch. It's a lot less to polish. It's a real murdered out black finish. The seat looks comfier than the other two, I have to say, and much better leg room if you're average height or taller, with the more forward controls. And that's also going to aid the ground clearance. I feel it's going to give you better ground clearance overall. Quality is definitely there. It's takes tubeless tyres with the mag wheels, so easy to fix. Tank size is much bigger than the others, 3.3 gallons, so you're going to get a reasonable distance there, you know, maybe 130 miles or something before the low fuel light, and that really makes all the difference in terms of practicality, I think. And also pillions are an easy option. The pillion sissy bar and backrest, the sissy bar and pillion seat is going to retail for $399, I think, and that makes it very practical for somebody that wants to take an occasional pillion. And all the usual accessories are available for all of them in terms of saddlebags and so forth. And ABS is standard on that black model at the more expensive price than the others at $12,499. In terms of cons, you know, I don't think the mag wheels really look as pretty as spoked, and spokes much more in line with what a true bobber is all about, but they still look very nice. Again, just like the other two, and there's a single front disc, so we have to see how that performs. And perhaps the exhaust isn't the prettiest. It's all blacked out, which is nice, but it's quite meaty. It kind of looks Euro 4 compliant, and I can't help thinking what a slightly thinner and half length exhaust would look and sound like on this particular bike. So I'm really digging the Thunder Black Smoke, or flat matte black colour, which is currently the only one in the ABS standard. Also, I think the Bronze Smoke two-tone is nice too. The bike is available to view on their website now, by the way. Having a usable size fuel range and being able to take a pillion in a package that's more powerful and arguably better looking than the competition means Indian may have kind of out-triumphed Triumph here. And personally, I can't wait to see it in the flesh and take one out for a spin. Anyway, I hope you like this little preview, and I'm keen to know what you think of the looks of the Indian, whether it's the sort of bike you would buy, and whether the extra practical touches it has over the other two bikes mean that it's a potential for you either as a main or second bike moving forwards. Lastly, but not least, thank you very much for watching my videos. I very much appreciate it. Please check out my playlist, the Ride On playlist. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, and most of all, ride often, ride carefully, ride on.